Hi, good morning, everyone. Just wanted to share some interesting information that I have secured from CMHC. As you know, CMHC monitors the Canadian housing market very carefully because they are completely vested into it. So quickly, just wanted to run over some numbers with you and give you an overview of the GTA Housing Outlook report that they have put out. So the big numbers, the 2016 was a big year for Toronto real estate. Lots of sales, and possibly the best year in the history of the Toronto Real Estate Board in terms of number of sales. The affordability is declining, as most of you know, and I'm going to rush through this because I don't want to make it too long of a recording for you, but feel free to kind of look at this slide carefully. And what you'll notice is that the affordability is declining, the actual incomes are flat, but the required incomes are going up to afford a house. And this slide does not show 2016 numbers, and 2016 numbers will, the graph would look even more divergent than what it is. Projections are price growth will slow down in 2017 and 2018. Simply put, the rate of gains is unaffordable. And in an economy that is growing 2 to 3% or even less at times, the real estate market to grow at 20 odd plus percent is not sustainable over a period of time. A new home starts, this is a key number, and these are some of the leading indicators. I'm not going to bore you with the things that are obvious, the things that the media reports on all the time, things like average prices and so on and so forth. There are certain indicators that I personally look out for when I'm looking at the health of the market and where we're heading. The new home starts is a big number. This is basically a combination of detached homes and condominiums that are coming in the market over the next year or so. So if you see that the new home starts are fairly flat around the 40,000 mark, and remember that number because we're going to come back to that in a few minutes. This number is not really important. Full-time employment is stable, unemployment is down. Real estate and rental and leasing and construction continues to be a big producer of jobs. So the government knows that, and they will have their lending policies and policies on housing, keeping that in mind because that is a big number. We all know this, the weakening Canadian dollars, which has shortened our trips down south. No more shopping trips to Buffalo. Consumer confidence is, again, another big one. People's outlook on how the economy is doing and how we're doing going forward. So consumer confidence is leveling off. This is a good indicator to look for as well. Inflation, the overnight, Bank of Canada target rate, operational guide, and this is the interesting number. This you've seen already, so I'm not going to spend too much time, but feel free to come back and pause on the screen. Durham region went up 23.5% from January to November of 2016. York, similar gains. Peel, similar gains, and Halton at 22.6%. So the trend that you'll see here is that the peripheries, the outside municipalities, are having bigger gains than Toronto, and that's simply because of affordability. There's a big difference in the affordable home within Toronto. I mean, there's really nothing affordable in Toronto, but outside Toronto, York and Durham and Halton are the municipalities having big gains. Apartment price growth. This is a good slide. Most people don't know this. People that I've been talking to, they do know about this. Housing grew, single detached homes grew by 22.4% in the GTA, but condominiums grew at 14%. Look at what they were doing in 2013. They were at about no growth or very low growth, and now look where they are. So great news for everyone who has purchased a condo investment, everyone who owns a condo right now and is looking to maybe flip and get a bigger one. Good time to do so. The inventory of apartments is dropping significantly. Right now, we are at about 1% of resale inventory on the market. Evidence of overheating. They keep talking about that. Evidence of overbuilding. Rental vacancies, again, down to 1%. Condominium rental apartments are down to 1%. So about 1% of all the condominium rent apartments that are that are procured by the investors for renting, less than 1% are available. Number purpose built rental condos, foreign ownership of condominium apartments. So this is interesting. A lot of studies, a lot of talk, a lot of noise about this, but all the studies that the government is doing with CMHC, and the next couple of slides will show some other sources as well, they all talk about foreign ownership being between 3 and 5%. So, I see it a little differently. I think the numbers are a little higher, but obviously CMHC and the government and all these organizations like the Toronto Real Estate Board and Urban Nation and so on and so forth, they have larger resources, and that's the result of their findings. Between 3.9 to 5% is the foreign buyers data. That, my friends, is the key of what's happening in the market. It's the population growth. Remember the housing start number of about 40,000 new dwellings, including condos and homes? 76,000 new people between 2014 and 2015 came to Toronto. That's the total population growth in the Toronto market area. So that's simply the key. It's demand and supply. There's a lot of buyers, and from wealthy countries. Well, I should say a lot of wealthy buyers from different countries like China, India, Persia, Turkey, Philippines is a big number. Lots of people coming in with the hopes of settling down here, and it's in their DNA to sort of purchase instead of rent over an extended period of time. So if you have continued population growth in a key market where the unemployment is low and the market is stable, you will continue to see the price gains in the market, not at the same rate at which what's been happening. Hopefully it will taper off for everyone's good, okay? But 76,000 new people to the Toronto CMA, a core market area, for 2014-15. These are standard numbers, and they're gonna stay like that. The immigration policies haven't changed significantly since then. Population growth by age group, nothing really there. But look, risks to the outlook: record high housing prices and debt levels. So again, Bank of Canada and the other government agencies are talking about debt levels. So it's important to keep the debt levels in check. But that's one of the risks. Upside risk if the US economy accelerates, and based on what we've seen in the market for the last about 8 weeks since Trump got elected, it is growing in the right direction. So I won't talk too much about that, but thank you so much for watching this. And if you have any questions about all this data, feel free to give me a shout, and would love to answer any questions, or post them here and would love to answer them for you. Okay? Have a good one and enjoy your weekend. Take care.